Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion Plays Cuphead. I've got a confession to make. This is the save file, 32%. I got a confession to make. I played a little bit on Kate's stream today, so I'm familiar with a couple of the bosses in Act 2 as a result. I'm also familiar with a couple of different weapons, and let me tell you, boy howdy, when I get some coins, I am gonna be picking up something different. In particular, well, let's just go fight Pyramid Boss here first. In particular, I'm gonna be picking up the spread shot. I think like spread homing is the perfect combination for me right now. Spread is super low range, high damage, and good coverage. Like good coverage in an angle, a range around you. In a spectrum is what I mean to say. And then, so I gotta focus because this is my own personal nightmare. Make sure you parry so you get the maximum possible bonus here. And then the homing shot just allows you to hit like everything. Even if you have to run away from something, it'll still do damage. So I've already fought this guy. He's got a little bit of like a Flappy Bird sort of thing going on. I think he's the easiest of the bosses that I had not seen, but Kate and I managed to beat in co-op. I do think co-op, it's tough to say how the balance of co-op is versus, oh, that just cheeses me off, dude. To say how the balance of co-op is versus the balance in the normal mode. Like single player. Because in co-op, if you parry near your partner after they die, you can resurrect them. You can resurrect basically... I've never seen that. You can resurrect basically endlessly with 1 HP. But 1 HP is not a lot, and if you both die at the same time, you're 100% done. Even if you both don't die at the same time, if one of you dies in a place that's ungettable, like off the top of the ceiling, for example, you're gonna face some problems. I swear to God, that one, I'll own up to any damage I take, and almost all the damage I take is my own fault. I feel like I got like my D-pad stuck there or something. That's all right. This is a terrible little part for us. That's actually, in my opinion, like the easiest part. Ghost Skeleman is pretty annoying. But there's a trick to this part, and it's tough to want to master it, but I think it was the breakthrough for Kate and me on her show. You want to go through the eyes. The second phase of the eyes, or every other like sine wave on those eyes, is a big gap that you can sneak through, especially if you get low. So let's just sincerely try to bash this here. This is a 4-phase boss fight, I think. You gotta deal with the cup phase, and then there's one more after that. Oh, we got it. So I've also learned, like, the value of the parry, I think, to a greater degree. It's not just important to, you know, block shots that might hurt you. It's also really nice to build that super so you can take bosses out a little faster, which is exactly what just happened there. Now, don't think that I've gotten too good at the game, because that is definitely not the case. In my estimation, at least. So one of these pyramids is going to come to life and be annoying as heck for me. Apparently, like... We got him already! Never mind. This is actually easy as heck. Apparently, those hands don't hurt you, which I was operating the entire time under the assumption that they do. That was actually a really good introduction to the episode here. But that's not the toughest boss in this area, like, by an order of magnitude. It's an A-, maybe? B? A-? I'll take it. Okay, there's a little bit of redemption for earlier badness. We can now go that way. And we killed Jimmy the Great. This guy gave us a new ability, by the way. Good timing, fellas. I just added an upgrade on your aeroplanes. Now you can wall up your foes with bombs. Just switch your weapon whenever it strikes your fancy. I am an idiot and didn't get that in advance. That's okay, though. So there's a level there. There's also a boss down here, and it's the boss that annoys the crap out of everybody. Everybody that's fought this boss, myself included, has said that this boss is like the most annoying of the ones up to this point in the game. Now, mind you, I have fought him before. And by the time this video goes up, which is going to be like the Tuesday after the game came out, everybody on planet Earth is probably going to be like a mega expert. So I might just look like a dang fool. But this guy, in my opinion, is pretty tricky. So I'm just going to go with homing shots for phase 2 because he's got all these balloons. You can parry the nose on that guy. He's got all these balloons. You know, we want to make sure that while we're dodging, we're using the homing shot to do as much damage as possible. And when we know that we're, like, set, that's when we're going to not use the homing shot. We're also going to, like, just litter the battlefield with supers. This is not even the tough part yet, so don't think, like, I've mastered it. Dude, I have to say, the enemies have so much less HP in single player than in co-op. When I was talking to Kate earlier, I was like, this is gonna be scary. I was like, the enemies are harder, but co-op seems way easier because of the resurrection mechanic, but honestly, oh, that was very close. Honestly, I'm not sure that's necessarily the case. I mean, I was saying that like mere seconds ago, right? I'm not actually sure that's the case anymore. It kind of seems like it's relatively, maybe even easier in single player, just because the enemies have so much less HP. I'm of two minds about it. Let's leave it at that for now, because, I mean, this is going extremely well. Now, mind you, I recognize, by the way, that I've deprived you of watching me, like, fail this trial and error over and over here. It's my bad. I didn't expect to be doing it on the show. Either way, though, trust me, we'll get back to the frustration sooner rather than later. If everything goes right, I should have the entire game beaten by the time the next stream with her rolls around. So we'll have gone through that frustration, you know, on the clock, so to speak. So this is the harder phase, I think. We gotta watch out for these penguins and their baseballish antics. I used the wrong super there. Or should I say, psych, that's the wrong super. Please just die. Because, like, I've done really well. Should be using the homing shots, maybe. I lost control. I lost control when I died. We must have been, like, an instant... like, one hit from the end. Are you kidding me, man? Alright, alright, alright. So let me go into a more in-depth discussion of the mechanics of this boss. The ducks just sort of block your path. Some of them have gas lamps underneath them. That was not... We're going to retry that one. Some of them have gas lamps that drop fires. You want to make sure that you're shooting those ducks. Maybe even the one that you're supposed to parry. Because it allows you to not hit them in the air and thus makes your dodge much easier. You could also just dodge on the ground, but I don't know. I like the little added security of air dodging, personally. And then phase 2, you gotta contend with this roller coaster, and you gotta contend with the these dog balloons coming through here. The balloons are the most annoying part, but it's really like, it's an amalgam in the middle. So we want to make sure that we're getting 3 parries so we can get the highest score possible, but I'm also like way less concerned about the score than I am about just surviving, so. Like, for example, I probably should not have just willfully taken damage there. The dogs don't actually track you, they just... Oh, the dogs spawn there. They just track where you start. So I'd say this is probably a doomed run as well. I actually think that this phase is the hardest of all the phases. And, you know, vanilla is the finest of the flavors. You see the show and then you know the vertigo is going to go because it's so dangerous you had to sign a waiver. You can safely stand here for a second. On the other side, you got to be more careful because the dang old roller coaster comes that way. Definitely, like, there's no reason for me to go for the parry right now. Except for the fact that we get more super meter out of it, but it might have a 1 HP dream that happens here. I thought there was another boss that I actually played in the second world, but this might actually be the last one. So we're safe until the roller coaster shows up. I promise, by the way, I'm not just using the default out of, like, a sense of inertia. We were pretty close that time, too. Rather, I really think it's the best choice for, like, part of this fight. If we had the spread, I'd be using that more frequently, but... Anytime you want to keep your distance from an enemy... Yeah, that was stupid. Anytime you want to keep your distance from an enemy, I think you gotta pull out the regular blaster. But like homing spread is probably also like gonna be the dream combination for me. I really, really like the smoke dash as well. Like I picked that up basically just out of a sense of like, I probably need some defense in episode 1, and it turned out to be like the smartest decision I've made with respect to Cuphead. So you get dusted, thank you, sir. So look, you're watching this, you're going, don't restart just because you get hit once. You get hit once on the first phase. We got this, we got this. You get hit once on the first phase, you know, yeah, just fire that shot into the ether. You deserve what you get, okay? We gotta maintain at least the illusion of perfection here. Can't believe we never hit that duck. I just hit right bumper. Well, mid-jump. That's how mind-flooded I am right now. Either way, this guy's going. Probably do not waste your super like I just did. This is where homing shot comes in handy. I'm losing sight of the idea that the homing shot is so valuable. Killed that enemy right as I was about to parry it. Not a strategy I would recommend. Sometimes the homing shots going around is going to cause you more problems than anything else, so... That's why I don't think, like, homing 100% of the time is the right call. But I might be mistaken. I mean, other people at this point have, like, already... That was dumb. Other people at this point have already beaten the game. I would probably tend to take their advice more than mine. If we have to go through one more phase, I ain't sweating it. And again, the parries are, like, very extremely optional right now. I'm more happy that we got like a full level super ready. And we don't want to pop that just yet. Because the supers, and a lot of people don't know this, sadly it's true, the supers do not render you invincible. That was so dumb of me. Oh! Remember that time I was one hit away from killing the boss in the first on video attempt? This guy's the jerk though. So, your boy, as he's been playing off camera, has gotten a bit of a penchant for trying to parry absolutely everything. I think it's a habit that'll serve me well in my later life in Cuphead, but for now, I'll just go ahead and tell you, not always the brightest move in the arsenal, I think. Like, for example, right there, what a stupid move. But you know what, as punishment, we'll continue with this doomed run regardless. Alright, that'll do. Not a bad spot, not a bad spot. The thing is, because you can parry the nose of the roller coaster, I think it's like a fool's gamble to always go for the parry on the balloons. Oh, no. Yeah, that was just terrible. Alright, stop the tilt. Get it together. Of course, this would have been much more impressive if we had just won on that first attempt, but you know what? To whom much is given, much is tested. Get arrested, guess until he gets the message. Got lucky there that we were able to underdodge that duck. I mean, the show is called Duck Dodger in the 21st and the 3rd century or something, but still. Free parry, please. Thank you. This is good, because now, when he inflates, we'll just, like, go off. Positive. Positive moves. Much better performance. Walk off the map there. Good work. We could definitely be like micromanaging our weapon swaps a little better, by the way. Can even micromanage our aim. Aiming with the homing gun, people seem to think it doesn't matter. Yo, it's like wicked important. Makes you substantially more efficient. Makes the shots land faster, which can save you from having to do a terrible dodge. He's gonna fire again. Just get low. Nicely done. I'm gonna save up for like a big super on our final wave here. Thinking that might solve some of our problems. Please fire. No, we're good, we're good. Nicely done. You almost got your super ready. This is a much better performance. Even though we got hit fighting the balloons, which is embarrassing for me. Save up for one big energy beam and unleash it on this phase. You've done a good job here. By the way, I've seen your comments. You laugh at me for tapping the fire button. You laugh at me because I'm different. I laugh at you because you're all the same. So I think we've established at this point, your boy is just horrible at dealing with the final phase of this roller coaster. We're gonna do it. I can feel it. This is the one. It couldn't have been the last one. That would have been too easy. The redemption arc was not fully complete until just now. Please give me the parry duck. I'd like to build my meter, please. Thank you. Always say thank you. Never forget that. All right, so we want to, again, this phase, unload. So whether or not we deserve to not take damage there, doesn't really matter. Here we are. Not quite popped, which honestly surprises me. Sometimes I think even if you're like smoking the enemies, they kind of like, or smoking the bosses, I should say, they kind of force you to do more waves just to make it fair. Because yeah, otherwise, maybe you could just save up super and complete like a whole boss wave instantaneously or something. Or a whole boss phase, I should say. That guy only does 2 horseshoe attacks. Important to remember. This is okay as well. This attack's not that bad. Sometimes they line up horribly, but if we could build nearly a full super meter for the next phase, I'd be very happy. Not quite gonna be there, but we're gonna be close-ish. So I think really just focus 100% on dodging, and this guy's dusted. Everyone, when we were doing this on stream, everyone was like, the final phase isn't that difficult. I don't know, dude. I kind of feel like the final phase is the most difficult of all right now. Should have stayed on these the whole time. Okay, so unload. Oh, sweet baby Jane. Okay. This is all right. This is all right. Because you know what it is? You're watching, you don't know the cut of a man's jib until you've seen him play Cuphead. You don't know, you know? You should have to play this game before you start dating someone. Play it in a room with them. They need to know what it's like when you experience frustration. You need to know what it's like when you ask for a res and they don't res you, you know? You need to know the kind of person that you're going to be going downtown with. I don't mean in like a, you know, a gross way. I mean, that's where all the good restaurants are. Okay, great first phase. Second phase, don't get it twisted. Still want to accomplish good things. Oh, I got pinched. Like a gangster in the 1930s thing. 1930s thing. Nah, this is a cursed run. This is not the one. Mind you, just like to point out, this is an enemy I've already faced. So I'm a little apprehensive about where we're going in terms of Cuphead difficulty. Well done, well done. We know we got the roller coaster coming, and it's actually like really bad timing. Decided not to go for the parry there. Just seemed a little too scary. Too scary for the parry. Yeah, you're not getting hit by that. You're gonna have to get up pretty early in the morning to get me hit by that one. So we're gonna, again, unleash the beam. Wow, that was tough. We're gonna unleash the beam right away on the next phase. And dream that our beam will reign supreme. Not our beam, that's something completely different. We also, I mean, we can get rid of the smoke dash and take 1 extra HP. I don't think we need it. Like, I know we don't need it, but we also should not need it. I don't see the roller coaster, which means it's probably here. Now, I don't know if we can shoot the penguins or we should just continue to focus on dodging their attacks, but... I'm a mad man. like I'm a madman, but I'm also a madman. I'm starting to experience the telltale signs of anger. Red face, rising blood pressure, urge to kill rising. How do we dust this fine young cannibal right here? Very simple. First phase, it's a joke. If you get hit on the first phase, you restart. I think if we make it out of the second phase without getting hit, we're in. So that's why I'm spending a lot of time on the second phase. Actually, what if we just rock the shield as much as possible on the second phase? That was dumb. I jumped right into it. If we rock the shield as much as possible in the second phase, we might be able to not worry about these dang old balloons that much, you know? That was a total parry spam. I got lucky. Ooh, I almost landed on the spikes on the back of the vehicle there. Nice parry. Entering the next phase with a little bit of a, you know, a couple ace of diamonds stored up. That attack is no big deal. The problem is when he does the oscillating attack when the train is nearby. Yes, I recognize that I said it's not a big deal and then was immediately struck by it. Wasn't even a smooth criminal, though. This phase is going down. It all comes down to the next phase yet again. We got this, boys. Nothing to worry about. Not on this one. Oh, no, heavens no. On this one, we're highly dusted. What? I'm going to try something, okay? I'm going to try to build meter right now. Not use my super on the boss, but rather use my super on the penguins. Like beam super. That's the moneymaker right there. It worked. Rollercoaster saved me. No! Oh, we got it, though. You know we got it. You saw it. You saw it. So we wipe out all the ones on the bottom, but one. Save the super. Yeah, we're in an okay spot. Don't sweat it. You know how we beat this one in co-op? Essentially, Kate and I traded resurrections about 15 times. Okay. What do you do on this phase? I think you just finish it off as soon as possible. You, like, almost had the right idea earlier. I think if we make it with 2 HP to the final stage, I mean, we should be getting a lot better at it, whether or not that's happening. I think, obviously, we're not quite there yet. However, that was not bad. So this phase, we never use any supers because they make us too vulnerable. All you do here, very, very simple. Keep cracking on him. He's not doing anything. Please don't come back and attack immediately because the roller coaster is going to cause me some serious trouble. Good. I think we got pretty lucky. You just walk off the end. Trying to build meter. We're not gonna get to a beam, I think. That might help a little bit. But I really feel like I need that beam for Penguin City. For my personal skill level at Penguin City, no question. So I think we just want to stop moving and just ride these as far as we can. We're almost there. So you just dunk on these ones. Get hit by the other one. Has me feeling very upset. We've done it. Oh, Lord. Okay, I was really concerned about that one, but we did make it happen. So So that boss, he's tough. Now that we're over the hump in World 2, I think, now that we've gotten him taken care of. 2 minutes and 8 seconds of flawless gameplay. Gonna get like a B+. Lucky me. Well, for now, thanks for watching. That's gonna do it for this episode, because it could take us 15 minutes to kill the next boss. If you enjoyed it, click the like button. If you hate the roller coaster man, subscribe. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, and thanks for watching. And thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Pepe the